when I retire from here, I will keep going in this type of the direction and preserving, because it's the last, very important, the last source of the ancestors they leave it to us. Because when you look the history, it's gold and silver, oil, all these type of the things is already in the end. But the only thing is going to be left is going to be the seeds, is the food. My name is Emigdio Ballon. I come from South America. My country is Bolivia. I'm part of the Quechua, the Inca people. Speaking my Indian language, I try to keep my tradition alive. I still doing the things what my people teaching me while learning from my grandfather. When we talk about the valuable and the importance of the seeds, is because you have to thinking how these people survive in these conditions. Go to South America highlands, any other place, how people survive, not in base of the money, because you cannot eat the money, simple. But you can eat the seeds. When you go to the bank, you can pull the money, but you cannot plant in the money. That's the big difference between seeds and money. I come to this country, it was now with this American dream. I come over here for invitation of the Colorado State University to continue on my education or get my PhD. Actually, quinoa was, the spirit of the quinoa actually was the way they can bring me over here, because I was assistant of the professor in new crops in Colorado State University to do this type of the studies in quinoa specifically. You know, that's why I come to this country, because in my country I was the head of the program of the high altitude crops in Bolivia. I worked for 17 years in the government in my country. When I was in college, I went back to my country because that's the agreement. Mm-hmm. After you're making studies, you have to go back. But it's, I didn't finish my PhD because it was some type of the disagreement with my advisor about the indigenous concepts, all this type of the things. But anyway, I go back after 3 years to my country, and then I got another invitation from one non-profit organization, Talabaya Center. He was actually collecting seeds. And then from there, I passed to be part of the Seeds of Change. It was one of the first organic seed company, not only here in the United States, in all this world. In 2005, happened something there. I moved in. I have actually Clayton Brascopy. It's my friend. We met with him from many years back, actually. And he said to me, it's open position, come and work for us. And that's where I arrived, beginning to work in Pueblo of Tesuque. It's in 2005. Since this time, actually, I was mentioned to you, I have a Gailey Morgan in the mural. We beginning to do all this work. I remember him because we have a lot of easy ways and very difficult ways to making things happen over here. We beginning to think about the seed bank, and then the thinking of how indigenous people can go back to his old ways to be sustainable and independent. That's why we begin to build in the seed bank with no technology. We try to make it the natural way. We have this hole over here. Mm-hmm. In case the seeds they are heavy, we don't have to come in up and down.
Wow! Oh, cool.
Okay, and then we pull it from here up and down. Anyway. But actually, when we're making the design of the seed bank, actually was the one architect. He passed away also very young, 55 years old. He was from here, from Tesuque area. He came over here with his materials, his knowledge, and give it to us a very good support. I mentioned to you all this wood coming from Colorado. It's one guy, he gave it to us a very good price for the wood. All the wood you can see over here is recycled wood. We try to use mostly materials that can be, they can be recyclable, okay? Anyway, and then this window over there, you can see it's actually to show...
We were wondering.
It's to show the strobills, okay? Now when we're going down, you are going to see the initial plaster. It's over here, the tire bells, because when we're building this, the tire bells where we have dumpsters, it was $5 a piece. We're using 72. Maybe cost the basement probably cost maybe no more than $5,000, the basement. That is the tires. In all this construction, you are not going to see almost any cement, only the beam in the top of the tire bells, okay? And then this is dirt, sand, and straw, okay? You know, whole this building probably with the plaster straw bells, maybe $20,000. The most expensive over here is actually the solar panels. And then and then this is the storage or the basement, okay? And then,
nice.
And then you can see all the collection there. Some of these seeds, they originate from Hopi, because when I mentioned to you Hopi, that's important seeds for me, because I don't want to say how many thousands of years these guys, they selecting corn for dry land. No irrigation, okay? No fertilization, no nothing. I work with them. All these Hopi seeds or Navajo seeds or quinoa from South America or amaranth or any of these type of the crops. It's important the purity, because when you're losing this purity, you're losing these genetic characteristics of the crop. In all these kinds, you're going to see different type of the seeds from quinoa. This has to go in bags anyway. And then that's the collection or the harvest we did already here in New Mexico area. Here we have some tomatoes. Over here in these bags is the tobacco, what we're harvesting over here for the ceremonial uses. Quinoa grain anyway. It's perennial wheel plants, flowers, medicinal plants. Here I put the note, for example, no germin test. We need to germinate these guys. We giving the seeds, you know, to organizations or people they come to asking for that. For example, here in the Pueblo, anybody that wants seeds, we can give it to the people. Not only to this tribe over here, other tribes around. They come in to get seeds from us. They can pay or cannot pay, because seeds is very sacred. You cannot make in business when it's sacred. So many people make in business also in the healing ways, when you're using these traditional medicines, all these type of the things.
Is this a pretty constant temperature down here?
That's, you know, though they go a little bit more down in some point and sometimes, yes. But we didn't have very, very bad response of the seeds in the way we store it, okay? It's some of the seeds, you can see my records, 90% germination, still keeping this germination in this type of the conditions. For example, this, if we Black Valentine 2006, 40%. From 2018 to 24, it's they keep the same germination rate. It's not very scientific, but it's, you can see the relation here. For example, look this guy. It's white Tepary, 2018 100%, 2024 100%. Okay, means, you know, it's I will say these conditions of the saving seeds is not. I don't want to say it's 100% efficient, but you can see the efficiency in the way you can see the numbers over here. Okay. The main challenge is people, hands, because if you're asking me how many people we working, actually we are only 4 people in my department, okay, include myself. We don't have any other support, I will say to you. But we cleaning seeds, we planting medicinal plants, we have different crops. You know, we have, it's a lot of work. But can you imagine 4 people doing all these things? Construction, farming, cleaning seeds. You know, all this type of the periodically we have to do. All by hand. All by hand. All by hand. All by hand.
No, everything was built by hand.
By hand. You see over here, all this building is making by hand. People from the tribe, and then we don't have any construction company. We try to do ourselves. We harvest water. We have actually the solar shower, solar walk-in refrigerator. All of them is working based on the solar thing. You know, that's why it's important. People, they don't give the value right now. But tomorrow, not tomorrow, in a few years, we are going to see the difficulties and the situation about water, about the other type of the things what we need. You know, it's slowly coming this situation anyway. If I have to building another seed bank, I can build it like this. Mm-hmm. Okay, if I have access to these tire bales, straw bales, I will say why? Because the cost. It's natural, it's traditional, it's people coming together and we building. You know, that was actually the ancient times. This time we're changing. I want to be better than this guy, I will buy a car with these other characteristics, a car with these other characteristics. We are in competition. We are not, in the ancient times we don't have competition. We have to be together, work together. Yeah. In 2022, we went to Bolivia because I got some funding and we're building the same seed bank in my community with my people. We're working also in other pueblos around this area. And then I supporting, you know, with the donation of the some Bolivian people, my friends, $100, $200, we try to support in this type of the work over there. And we organize also training for indigenous people in these communities. That's the friend there with me almost for 25 years since I was working with the Seed of Change. See this machine or this pen, that's what we're using for cleaning all these seeds what we have over here. We don't use any other machine, okay? When I said to you the traditional seeds, who knows for how many thousands of the years these people selecting or doing this work. What are we doing now? We're repeating what these people do in the past. That's simple. Seeds for us actually, you know, it's a giving from the Creator, and we have to follow the direction of the Creator, giving, okay? And that's was actually the way indigenous people are still in this type of the situation. We're still giving.